You grown up in a minute? There's our. Oh, that's a sailboat.
Mm-hmm. That's the one that's making the big wake. That's the one we want. But yeah, I mean, again, if we pull off half of this shit, then I should be making six figures this year, almost assuredly.
Yeah, I think so.
And then I might not go to school.
No, and again, I think if this is the type of education you're getting, Coursera may be the way to go. LinkedIn Learning may be the way to go. Udemy may be the way to go. You know, and pick up things here and there.
Right. Go
Take
get
more
certified in
analytics,
sales course.
Yeah.
Right.
But continue your education, maybe not formally. Or again, if we end up staying here, University of Michigan, which is one of the top 30 business schools in the country, they have an executive business program.
I gotta get my undergraduate first.
In LA. Maybe not. Maybe if you're doing this and you can prove that you're doing X amount of revenue or whatever by yourself, or income by yourself, maybe that's enough. And
Right.
here's your my
we
GMAT
definitely have to
score.
have a home at that point, like almost to live in or fall in anytime nanny.
Yes.
Because there's no way we could get all this shit done. But again, if I'm making like 200 and you're making 200 and, plus my pension and all that.
We're middle class.
No, we're not. We're one percenters. Like, the top 1% is at about $450,000 for a family. We are absolutely one percenters at that point. Boy, that'll just fucking cheese your dad off.
No.
Or he'll finally respect
Prouder
us.
than punch, yeah. He'll finally respect us. But then we won't be up where Adrian is, so. I don't want to have a PhD or any type of doctorate.
Adrian didn't earn that money.
No.
She was handed that.
No, but she's also very respectful of what she has.
Sure.
She's doing
I'm
a
not
lot
criticizing her. I'm just saying, like.
I know. I'm just saying, if there's a way to critique, we'll find it.
Right. I'll just be like, what have you done in your life?
No, he knows
You didn't
that.
buy us a house.
He knows that. Yeah, sweetie.
This is what Uncle Jim told me about.
What did Uncle Jeff tell you about?
About these trees.
About these trees? Oh, what did he tell you about these trees?
He told me about these trees. Always these houses.
Oh shit! The one that was for sale we just passed.
Oh, right here on this.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of this street.
Oh, stop! You and your dad both find
What?
everything wrong. You're not a fan of this gorgeous, beautiful,
Oh, no! I love this
tree-lined
No, I
boulevard.
do. I love this tree-lined boulevard. Living on it with
It's
all
not
the
that
road
loud.
noise.
It's not that loud. It's not even as loud. It's not like Culver where it's just people whipping by at 60 miles an hour.
No, true.
This
At
is
all hours
not
of the
even
night.
remotely close. Let's put perspective here.
I didn't
And-
say it was close. I didn't compare it to Culver.
Yeah, but you were able to. No, Culver was the problem.
And please don't dismiss my opinion.
I'm not dismissing your
just
opinion.
said no.
Okay, but please, if I'm not going to dismiss your opinions, please don't try to find fault in everything and just turn your negative eyes only to it, because that's what's frustrating. You have other eyes that aren't negative. If all you do is see the fault and look for fault and shit, it makes it no fun to talk to you.
I've always loved that house. Right on.
On the
Ooh, we might be
lower
able to-
Lunata?
Well, it's just lower Lunata, isn't it? We could maybe afford lower Lunata. Actually, we need a $2 million house. So that is something to think about. If we want an au pair,
We need a 4-bedroom at
we need
least.
4 bedrooms.
Right. I'm looking for 2126.
Okay.
There it is, right there. See the sign in front?
No.
Right.
The slat one or the
No.
the
This one with
stucco?
the
Oh, I
peach.
see. Okay. Well, it's walkable to a little
Lunata
cafe.
Bay, yeah.
Okay, that's a huge plus.
And I like the fact that it's on this street, because all the other ones you're just adding another like 5-10 minutes to the drive. Whereas here we're able to just get up and go, and you can make it to civilization just 5 or 6 minutes faster than everybody else. That shit fucking adds up.
There it was. Okay.
All right. Yeah, it's a nice house.
What? Over here?
like this one.
Well, Uncle Jim is.
Where does Uncle Jeff live? He lives in Phoenix.
Where Daddy grew up.
Yeah, where Daddy grew up, where Papa Louie lives, and Uncle Lou.
1.3.
Yeah, he moved to LA. That's where we live, in LA. I did too. Uh-huh.
But Mom, you take my house. You didn't protect me. You can't go to my cousin's house. You can't go to my cousin's house.
I can't go to your cousin's house?
No.
Why not?
Because I need to go here. They would, and they know right now. Don't go up here. What? Well, I was a kid. Your age, Mom. I was growing up and being a kid. And I was your age.
When I was my age? When you were my age?
Actually, can you find Topanga House?
Okay.
Although I'll still probably take the first stop. If that's copacetic.
Yes. Maybe we'll find
I
something
have
along real quick.
plenty of snacky treat for her.
Okay, great.
In them. Nya, 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 nya.
No, 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 no.
Nya, 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 nya. Hello, Charles. Okay, when Mommy was your age, she grew up in Phoenix? You were growing up in Phoenix. When you were 35. Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you, this is one of the most confusing conversations we've ever had. Mommy never grew up in Phoenix, and you never grew up in Phoenix. I grew up in Phoenix. When I was your age, I lived in Phoenix.
I was my mom's age.
You?
I was growing up in Phoenix.
Okay.
I was your age.
Where in Phoenix were you, Charlie? What part of Phoenix? Oh, I found the holes in your story.
That was great. That was wonderful. You're doing great, Charlie. Whatever it is. I can't find it anymore. What are your filters?
Filters are set whatever. Flow bedroom. Just, you can reset the filters. Did you heart it or go to my Google Voice? Did you text it to her?
I must have. Oh, good. He found his glasses last night. Okay.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Chump, 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 chump. Oh, yeah, that was the one in Long Beach that I sent you. That's it. We're going to go there. I'm gonna heart it for you. No. Yeah, maybe Long Beach is still a better move.
Could be. Again, a lot of bang for the buck.
Great community.
Yeah. I don't know inherently it's going to necessarily mean another 15 minutes to Santa Monica. Because we don't, we have to travel way up to 110. We're pretty far down thing where we can hop.
I used to time it out when I was at Sanguine when coming back.
Right.
Where I would get off on the 110 when we get our house, if we were going to live there, and then how far it took to get in. Wait, no, when did I do it? No, sorry. When I was going to Rady. So when I hit the